Hello, welcome. Tonight we are finishing the game of Endwalker Final Fantasy XIV, starting with the ending of Tataru's quest. We're gonna do that right now. Yo, I have wonderful news. Thanks to your tireless deliveries, we are now overwhelmed with orders. Mistress Satoru's plan was a success. That's another shipment sent. I don't think I've ever packed so many parcels in my life. Hello there, you. What an incredible memory you must have to remember one such as I. But I don't think we were ever properly introduced. My name is Hazdahad. I was among those who traveled here from Palkistan by way of Garlemald during the final days. You and your comrades ensured our safe arrival. I've been working at Tataru's Taru Boutique with Meldina and Varsarith, albeit behind the scenes. It's rare that I have an occasion to visit the storefront. An unfortunate side effect of the constant demands on all our staff, though I think we would all agree that the hustle and bustle is for the best. But don't you wonder what we'll do once the samples have served their purpose? Our equipment is crafted to last, which is wonderful of course, but also means our customers are not like to require replacements for some time. Therefore, if we are not constantly receiving new customers, our good fortune will eventually sour, no? Mistress Tataru isn't so foolish to have not anticipated such things. I'm sure she's already coming up with new and exciting products to offer our existing clients. Actually, I had an idea of my own for a new product, I mean. In fact, I presented it to Mistress Tataru just the other day, a new uniform to outfit the academics and research of Charlian. Oh, how enterprising, and what did she say? Well, she seemed hesitant, which I could only interpret as reluctant to hurt my feelings when explicit rejection. But then she told me to look into it further and draft a formal proposal for review. That's wonderful, Medina. When she said to look into it further, did she mean for you to conduct some manner of market survey of the academics and researchers? Just so, but, well, some are involved in such sensitive work that simply approaching them is out of the question, which is to say my petition to enter Labyrinthos was denied. Instead, to try by the studium, a secretarial mammoth was only too happy to schedule a meeting with an academic representative. But now that it's come down to it, I'm feeling ill with nerves. If it were on my Mistress Tataru's behalf, it would be different, but this was my initiative, my idea. I'd offer to accompany you, but I have to mind the counter. Perhaps you could offer Magina your support. Oh, thank you. Can I come as well? I'd like to start thinking of what supplies we'll need for our artisans once your plan is approved. Oh, of course, very well then. To the studio we go. I wish it was small talk for you. Yeah, it looks like this one ain't gonna happen anytime soon. Unless I become kind of person that grinds for tombstones, which I don't think I am. Once I finish this game, I think I'll take a break, play another game. This was fun though. It's been like 8 months. Some of the best 8 months of my life. Last time I have to do this for a while. In Thavnir, a man of science is almost certainly a practitioner of the stone alchemical arts, but these scholars pursue all manner of disciplines, some less practical than others from what I've seen. This building might well be a temple for how austere it feels. I'm glad I have your company. I was told a with Aleph Poth would be meeting us here. I'm sure they will be along shortly. Hello, representatives from Taru's boutiques, I presume. Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Medgina, and I am ever so obliged to you for making the time to speak with us. Quill Alifoff at your service, and there's no need to stand on ceremony. I assure you, most of our academics are far more concerned with their research than pleasantries, admittedly to their detriment at times. Anyway, how may I help you this morning? A uniform for our academics and researchers, you say? I myself am ill-equipped to offer an authoritative opinion on the matter, so permit me to arrange some meetings with the faculty representatives. Please make yourselves comfortable in the auditorium while I go and summon a few of our more personable personnel. Well, in the Faculty of Archaeology, we spend much of our time traipsing about ancient ruins, which often ends up ruining our clothes if you'll pardon the pun. An outfit durable enough to handle extended use would be welcome, but it would need to be lightweight and breathable as well. Equatorial deserts can be most taxing, but then again, you'd be surprised just how many relics are hidden at the bottom of lakes, and northern waters can get quite chilly. As it stands, my colleagues and I throw an old thing for our field work, whatever we have on hand that is suitable for the conditions, with the understanding it may need to be disposed of afterwards. Funding for research equipment and the like is precious enough as it is, and we can't afford to have dozens of bespoke garments for every situation. Which is probably not what you were hoping to hear, I realize. No, thank you for your candor. It's true, new kit can be rather expensive. We must ensure our prices stay affordable. The ideal outfit for astronomers? How in the world am I to answer that? I know less than nothing about fashion. Well, I suppose we astronomers often conduct our celestial observations from locales remote and subsequently chilly. You know, mountaintops and the like, so something warm. If warm is truly their only requirement, then I think it's safe to say this is the opposite of an untapped market niche. The Faculty of Medicine has strict requirements for dress on account of hygiene regulations. Fabrics that are resistant to stains and possesses antibacterial properties are a must, for example. Additionally, we students of nutritional sciences must vigorously dart about the kitchen, so dressing for comfort is nearly as essential as cleanliness. And if it were fashionable enough to perhaps inspire others to follow in our footsteps, all the better. We require no such clothing in the Faculty of Anthropology, for we make all that we require right there. Rather, Professional Tenkin prefers to do so, that he may better understand how necessity begets innovation. An outfit, the Almord's ether sickness, without a doubt. You think we at the Facility of Aetherology would have developed such an outfit by now? No. But alas, our primary projects demand every moment we possess. We cannot afford to divide our resources. Well, how did it go? I don't know, to be honest. Everyone has such different preferences that I'm not sure if it's even possible to satisfy them all. A fair concern, the studium facilities are filled with opinionated individuals, each with their own peculiarities. Additionally, our academics spend much of their time engaged in fieldwork as opposed to seminars, which further complicates stipulates of dress. Academics sound just as unique as adventurers. Indeed, it was naive to assume that one type of uniform could account for the needs of all academics. We had best return to the boutique. Thank you for your assistance, Mistress Alifoff. And I truly thought I had a good idea. No doubt Mistress Tataru knew its folly but had me research it regardless, so that I might reach the conclusion on my own. She meant well, I am sure. See how the hardships make you strong. I believe I've heard that expression before, but where? Perhaps in Thavnir? It comes from the teaching bestowed upon us by the old gods. Oh. Many of us took comfort in the words during the final days, after we fled Palakistan. You may have heard it spoken then. Ah, okay. When we call upon the divinities, it is not to beg for salvation, but for guidance. So long as we live by their teachings, there is no hardship we can't not overcome. This is a core tenet of Hanish faith that has seen us through much adversity since the founding of our nation. It is as you say, as Dahad, yet until you did, it did not occur to me to consider how they might apply to my personal struggle. Coming to Charlian and working with Mistress Tataru at the boutique, I've met so many peoples from all sorts of cultures, but I'm trying so hard to accommodate their wants and needs. I fear my own heritage has become an afterthought. There is no shame in dedicating yourself to your work, and as we all have our limits, compromise and sacrifice are inevitable. It may surprise you, but once I aspired to become a steward. To look back on it now, it feels fanciful. Strange that we so easily let our dreams be cast aside by circumstances. I swore nothing would stand between me and my chosen path, and yet here I am. I know the divinities will guide us wherever we go, but what if we stray too far? Yeah, I got bad news for you. The 12 are no more. But yeah, there's the star lives on. Would I be a fool to suggest that perhaps we should return to Thavnir? And Derek, of course. But Mistress Tataru has done so much for us, we cannot simply leave the boutique on a moment's notice. Maybe not, but what of our family and friends? It is one thing for us to send money and well wishes, but I wonder if we could not do more if we were there, helping to rebuild. We haven't been back to the village since the final days, and if we're already forgetting our old lives, I don't know. I just think Mistress Tataru should know how we feel is all. I suppose I have been dedicating myself to work, but is this who I wanted to become? A Hainish who has forgotten her culture? Barnes says that Mistress Tataru should be stopping by soon. When I asked how she felt about returning to Thavnir, she said she needs time to consider. For my part, at least, I think consulting Mistress Tataru will help put my mind at ease. My, what a busy counter we have today. Has da hand. It's good to see you out from behind your usual shipping crates. Yes, I thought I'd come to help Medina with her research. We've just returned from her interviewing academics at the studium. About that, Mr. Stataru. Suffice it to say, their requirements were all radically different. I know I said a uniform for researchers and academics, but I'm afraid I may have deeply underestimated the feasibility of such a project. And that's perfectly alright. The important thing is to learn from what you discover so you can retain and apply that knowledge as you continue on your entrepreneurial journey. Excuse me. The right idea for a new product will find us when it's ready. In the meantime, I have more samples in need of delivery, and seeing as Yo is very conveniently standing within my line of sight. A thousand pardons, Mistress Trotter, but before you continue, I wish to speak with you about a personal matter. You have shown us incredible charity, which makes all this the more difficult to ask, but I wonder if I should return home to Thavnir. Please do not mistake this as dissatisfaction with our arrangement. If anything, I've grown so accustomed to life in Charlian that I fear I've begun to forget myself, my dreams, my faith, the person I used to be before I came here. Not only that, in spite of my regular remittances, I worry that our village struggles to rebuild after the final days. While I live happily removed from a burden I ought to share more, it feels disingenuous to both my home and the many kindnesses you continue to show us. I see, and do you both feel the same? I've been so devoted to my work that I haven't given it much thought to returning until Astahand mentioned it, but to claim that I am not worried about the village would be a lie. While I am of similar mind of Medina, I must nevertheless remain here. Among other reasons, there is a project I am resolved to complete. Right. Well, I would be very sorry to see any of you go, but if remaining here causes you grief, I will spare no effort to see you safely home. Which is why I've decided that our next set of samples shall be delivered to Palaka's stand. Furthermore, I ask that those who wish to visit accompany Yo on her errand. Seeing how your village fares is no doubt the best thing for both of you right now. It will help you to understand your feelings, after which you may proceed however so you desire. And should your colleagues require it, I'm sure you can be relied upon to dispense the perfect advice. Vegina Hasnahad, give everyone my regards. Then it's settled. I'll begin preparing the samples at once. Allow me to assist. No matter what happens, we must finish Mistress Tataru's necklace. Are we ready to proceed with the restoration, do you think? I dare say we have enough additional materials thanks to Yo's dedication. As for the work itself, I thought we could entrust it to the lapidary Mistress Tataru once apprenticed with. Oh, I can't do it. It would turn out terrible. I'm a level 20 craftsman. I'm sure that would mean a lot to Tataru. I'm glad you think so as well. Let's leave the necklace in Varshanen capable hands and join Hassanad in Scholar's Harbor. Hey, how you doing, Diggs, by the way, 7? Just finishing up Final Fantasy XIV. How are you doing tonight? I never imagined we'd get the opportunity to return so quickly. I hope everyone is doing well. I remember when we first set foot upon these docks. After a long, exhausting journey through frozen wastes, after surviving those horrid beasts, Mistress Tataru was a warm beacon of light. Working at the boutique has helped us to rebuild our lives, but I will never forget that feeling of powerlessness. Should I have stayed in Palaka's stand and tried to defend my people? Was I a coward to flee? Is it a betrayal to my home and to myself to remain here? I can't stop thinking in circles. Anyways, I'm glad for this opportunity to better understand where my heart truly lies. All will be well, I'm sure, but we must be off, lest we miss our connecting flight. How I've missed the smell of spice and this warmth. Aha. We're back. We're truly back in Thavnir. With Ratzahan, how is this grand? I can't believe we lived so close yet so rarely made the trip. He remembered how it was. Village duties always kept us all too busy for travel. Defending pilgrims was trying enough for the stewards even before the final days. I wonder how many temple roads are still traversable. If even those in Ratzahan struggle to travel for worship, our feelings of entanglement and estrangement may be more common than we think. Since we've come all this way, would you mind terribly if Hassa and I toured the city on our own? Let's spend a meet in Palaka Stand Anan. Elisa, our character. Come to catch a flight, have you? Well then you are in luck, things are finally back to normal. I actually don't have any plans to get on an airship myself. I just like seeing people coming and going, and wondering who they are and what they're up to. Sounds silly, I know. Huh. My mom used to do that sort of thing. People watching. Alright. It's a decent amount of experience Too bad I'm maxed out. I might do another class and do the blue quests. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe just do the blue quests without worrying about it as a dragoon. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm finishing this game tonight. As in, I'm catching up to the main story. Home at last. Yes, home. I can finally breathe again. Come, let's go find the elder. Elder Vet, you're a vet. Hey. Astahad. Magina, how wonderful it is to see you. I have been so worried. Tell me, how is life in Charlian? Are you being treated well? Oh yes, Elder. Our employer, Mistress Tataru, is the kindest of businesswomen. In fact, she arranged for us to accompany Yo on her errand here, so we might enjoy some time at home. That is very good of her, indeed. I am relieved to hear you are being looked after. You are ever a guardian to our people. Thank you for seeing these children safely home. Now then, what is the errand you speak of? How splendid! Our stewards shall put these goods to use. You may be assured. If only we could repay your generosity with something even half as marvelous. Alas, ours is a village of little extravagance. Everything seems as fine as ever it was. Indeed, with the support of the Radiant Host and the funds you and others have sent, we have regained much of the peace we once knew. Thank the sisters. Still, there is something I wish to speak with you about, Elder. You are worried your heart grows distant from Thavnir, that you have wandered too far from home. But, my child, it is only right that you should wander, that you should roam. Your heart's connection endures no matter where you go. You yet think of us fondly enough to visit, yes, and send us what bill you can spare, do you not? Gestures, perhaps, but not true commitment. Should I not be here with all of you, working to restore our village? There is no restoring our village, Hashtag. Without those we lost, Palaka's stand will never be what it was. We must instead do all we can to become a new village with a new future ahead of us, although the particulars of our path are not yet clear to me. How so? Ours have always been a settlement of stewards, as well you know. tasked with the protection and preservation of Thavnir's sacred sites. But we have seen our roads shaken and temples defiled by beasts. The material is not always within our ability to protect. What is everlasting is our faith, the bonds between our people and the divine. Through the old teachings, we remind ourselves of life's meaning. Yet, if we wish to ensure our traditions endure for generations to come, should we not strive to do more than maintain our temples until pilgrims deign to visit? Ah, but I do not wish to tire you with an old man's musings. Surely there are other ways of ensuring our peoples remain connected to their heritage and faith. All we need is the right idea, something new our village could offer. Well, my words seem to have inspired you, and with this worldly insight you have gained, I am sure any future you envision of Palakistan will be nothing short of remarkable. But there is no need to rush. Take some time to speak with the others and make yourselves at home. It is good to see you, for you and yours are always welcome here. As you can no doubt see for yourself, life here has largely returned to normal. On the surface, at least, the hearts of the people are yet scarred, I am sure, but these wounds will heal in time, too. How else can the village help to strengthen our people's connection to their faith? How foolish I was to think the answer would be so simple. I would come home, roll up my sleeves, and help restore our village to the way it was. I would find fulfillment. Alas, not all that was lost can be reclaimed. Our people face a new struggle, but perhaps by discovering new ways for the village to fulfill its duty, we might yet help our community. Exactly, like Elder said, surely our experiences in Charlene have given us a unique perspective, not to mention Yo's extensive knowledge of the world. I'm sure that between the three of us we can come up with a brilliant plan to support Palaka's stand. Yes, you are right, and I'm sure that hearing how everyone fares will give us insight as well. If you think of any ideas, we would be glad to hear them. Not a soul here will ever forget the hero of Palaka's stand. I am sure everyone will be just eager to speak with you as us. There are also others for whom I'd like to speak once we've finished here. Of course, we mustn't forget to pay our respects. Aside from the money we and others working elsewhere send back, The village is largely reliant upon generosity of the faithful. Our avenues of income are quite limited. Unthinkable in a place like Charlene, perhaps, but it's how we've always done things. Even so, I wonder if such an arrangement is still viable in this day and age. It would do little good to return home only to become a burden. That's why I'm determined to come up with an idea that will help our village. Yeah. Excuse me, I couldn't help but notice that beautiful equipment you delivered to the Elder. As a weaver who crafts armor for stewards, I would love to hear more about its origins. Created in cooperation with guilds from across the world. Oh, I must have a closer look. The final days exposed the limitations of my skills. Traditional Thavnerian techniques alone did not suffice. I am eager to hone my craft by studying the work of foreign artisans. Although in my weaker moments I often wonder if purchasing armor for our stewards would be the superior solution. Alas, that would require a surplus of coin, as well as available products. As a village sustained by donations and remittances, we would be hard-pressed to afford anything so expansive, even if such supplies were to venture to this deep into the jungle. No small talk. Yeah. For once, I fought my urge to see the mender, but not my urge to get the chocobo keep to stop having that yellow exclamation over his head. Are you in the building? Yeah. Oh, hello there. Staying for a while or just passing through? Our recovery has been very slow but steady, though I am concerned for those who still struggle with wounds our healers cannot cure. The final days may have passed, but grief and trauma are not so easily overcome, forever for those who must accept them as constant companions. Ours is a tightly knit community, but I worry for those in the capital and abroad. I imagine it is difficult for them to honor the old teachings as they labor far from home. So many of us fled during those dark times. If only we could bring the comforts of community to all Hanish. Start. If it isn't Hasta and Medina. Oh wait, hold on. You want outside again? accompanied by our savior, no less. Welcome home, welcome home. True, we're a bit short-handed these days, but we manage nevertheless. While there's a happiness in being reunited with our young ones, we're just as happy knowing that you are walking with your own path, no matter where it leads. I remember Hastanan couldn't wait to become a steward when he was little, but as far as I'm concerned, sending aid from afar is just as praiseworthy as tending to the temples here. Times are changing, and who is to say that this cannot be another form of stewardship? A steward who supports the village from afar had never even considered the possibility. Seeing everyone so eager to help one another makes me more determined than ever to contribute. But before anything else, shall we go? Let's. It'll be good. Good to visit. To Pursua, then. Perusa. Could we ask that you accompany us? The temple roads are perilous, and your presence would be a great comfort. Same dialogue. So, when I was little, we used to run through these wilds, playing steward and imagining fierce battles with hideous beasts. Got the scolding of a lifetime when our parents found out. But when it really happened, when the sky turned red and the jungle spewed forth unspeakable horrors, I could do nothing but cower. Perhaps that's why I feel so guilty for not returning, for not doing more, even if it may never be enough. But this time, I will rise to the occasion. I never used to give much thought to those who walked these roads before me, countless pilgrims who risked their lives for faith. Aware of the dangers ahead, they pressed on, so strong was their devotion, so sacred the tradition. 'Tis a perilous path you walk, so it is written, and so too our forebears must have felt when braving these jungles to reach what would become our beloved home. It's been a while. Yes, but we made it. I'm home, mother, father. Here at Perusa, we may commune with the spirits of the departed. Neither Medina nor my parents survived the final days. I told them about how you saved us and that we're doing well. I know they will rest easier for it. May the next time we visit be to deliver glad tidings from Palakistan. Though I was relieved to find the village in a better state than I had feared, it seems there are still issues we might help address, finding a steady source of income, for instance, so the stewards can be properly outfitted without overwhelming our weaver. I was also troubled to hear about those who continue to struggle without the support of a local community. There must be some sort of way to provide respite. Yes, indeed, the question is what? Do you have any thoughts? Never underestimate the power of partnership. Indeed, Mrs. Toster developed the boutique through close partnerships, after all, and look how far it's come. Wait, that's it. If Pavlakistan were to enter into a partnership with the boutique, that might lead to great opportunities. I think you're onto something. If the boutique sold wares the village produced, for instance, our people would have a reliable revenue stream. But what can Palakistan offer, and to whom? How about amulets and talismans, or images of the deities? Something simple, created with love for our homeland and our faith, so no one forgets or feels forgotten. I like that. Our temples were created in remembrance of our ancestors and divine teachings, but reminders needn't only take the form of great works. A small keepsake may be just what our scattered brethren need to reassure themselves that they are still members of the community. This could be the answer we were looking for. I can't wait to tell Mistress Tataru. Rather, I can't wait for you to tell Mistress Tataru. Medjina? It was your idea, after all. Ah, a team effort, let us say. I certainly couldn't have come up with it without you and Yo. If our proposal is approved, Mistress Tatru will no doubt need assistance in Charlian. I am ready and willing to provide it, but what of you has to add? What will you do? I too will return to the boutique. One day I will come home to stay, but for now I wish to do all in my power to help our village thrive. I am relieved to hear you say so. Let us go and consult with the elder about our plan. I was lost in the fog, unable to find the path forward, but Medgina's brilliant idea has given me the clarity I needed. I know now what I must do for myself and for my people. If Elder Yervet gives us his blessings, all that's left is to present our proposal to Mistress Tataru. I hear you were kind enough to escort these children to Perusa. Again, you have my gratitude. Are you feeling any clearer for it? I think so. Gina and I talked it over, and we believe we have struck upon a new way the village might support our people. Tangible mementos of our faith. An interesting proposition. Many here would be glad to create such reminders. I expect those unable to perform strenuous labor would be especially grateful for an opportunity to contribute to the prosperity of our village, to say nothing of the options these additional funds would provide. But most importantly, we would be able to help those who have chosen to live apart from us feel that much more connected to their community and their faith. I am proud of you both for discovering such an innovative way to do so. It would likely mean Hassan and I will stay in Charlene for the foreseeable future. Then take with you the knowledge that no matter where your journey takes you, our hearts will always be as one. May the sisters guide you. We'll come back again, I promise. In the meantime, we shall see our plan to fruition. I will send word once we've determined the particulars. Right then, Charlene awaits. To think those two were once weird and all-consuming sorrow. I can hardly recognize them now. I'm sure I have you and their Charlene benefactor to thank for their recovery. Please extend my warmest regards to the Mistress Tataru when next you meet. Even Barf nuts likes our idea. Here's hoping Mistress Tataru does as well. Yo, the necklace is back from the lapidary. Yeah. He had nothing but fond memories of Mistress Tataru and was eager to pour his everything into the restoration. The result is magnificent. The original sapphire is scented with black pearl from the ruby sea and rose shell of worlds, united by a length of machi leather, a singular necklace symbolizing Mistress Tataru's past and present. By the sisters, what a remarkable gift. However, it wants for a finishing touch. Preferably by your hand, yo. And after hearing about your visit to Palakistan, I know just the thing. In short, we will be proposing a new line of products to help our people feel closer to their roots, yes? So, in honor of Mistress Tataru's roots, I would have you inscribe the symbol of Naudthal upon the back of the pendant. Would be my honor. With painstaking effort and unwavering focus, you engrave the symbol of the traders onto Tataru's necklace, and who behold it will surely know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that this final flourish was the product of your heroic hand. I'm sure she will adore it. Our work is officially done. I've just received word from Mistress Tataru. She would be arriving in Scarler's Harbor soon. Let's go and meet her there. I wasn't expecting a personal escort from the docks, though I dare say I could grow accustomed to it. How was your time in Palakistan? Did you find it worthwhile? So while they do have interest in our equipment, matters of recovery are the greater concern at present. Recovery, yes, but also growth, which may lead to a lucrative opportunity for the boutique. If you will permit me to suggest another new product. What if we offered handicrafts designed and produced by the people of Palakistan? Authentic works representative of Hanish culture. For those of us living abroad, reminders of home would do wonders to ease feelings of estrangement, and for others, such pieces could be appreciated as beautiful works of art. Our village is up to the task. You will not be disappointed. Doubt not their conviction, Mistress Tataru. A product that embodies Thavnir's spiritual beauty to be shared with the whole world. Why, the boutique should offer nothing less. Though we've made wonderful progress with our samples, I believe it's time for a change of pace. And handicrafts born from a heartfelt desire to celebrate one's culture is bound to resonate with others. How heartfelt and capitalistic. Given her eagerness, I presume Medjina intends to stay and help facilitate this new venture. But what about you, Dad? You felt the call to return to Thavnir rather more strongly, as I recall. Yes, well, after talking with everyone at home, I realized that living apart from them does not mean I must forsake my childhood's dreams of service. I believe I can best serve my people by staying in Charlian and continuing to work at the boutique if you will have me. With pleasure, Hassan. Mistress Tataru, if it would not be untoward, we would like to present you with a small token of our appreciation for everything you've done for us. Not untoward at all. Rest assured that I graciously accept all offerings of praise and adoration, especially ones as fine as this. But how queer! The sapphire looks remarkably like one of my. Yo, is this my mother's sapphire? Hers, so now rightfully yours. It's hers. It's really hers. Never in my life did I imagine I'd see this jewel again. It was part of my family heirloom. When my mother was married, she received it from her mother. How her eyes sparkled when she spoke of one day giving it to me. I'll never forget. But when father's business failed, we lost everything, and that was the last I saw of it. Though your heirloom did not survive in its entirety, Master Pippin managed to recover the sapphire. From there, we collected parts from clients during sample deliveries and commissioned the necklace you now hold. Now that I think of it, you often did receive mysterious gifts on those visits, so that's what it was about. Time after time, I am reminded that a fortune in coin promises only a fraction of what a wealth of friendship provides. Just when she was first setting up in Vesper Bay. When my family lost its last skill, I became a lapidary apprentice. Oh, okay, that's what it is. And that's how I met a certain miner named Minfilia. We hit it off instantly. Oh, well, I don't recognize like any of these people besides Minfilia and Tataru. I might recognize a couple now that I don't know. We hit it off instantly, chatting every time she brought in gems for our appraisal. And then one day she came not with her usual haul, but with an invitation to join the path of the 12. The rest, as they say, is history. One serendipitous meeting that led to so many others, that led to so many incredible adventures. That saw a poor little girl reunited with a priceless memento. Our teachings say that there is more ugliness than beauty in this world. To live is to suffer. but we never needed to suffer alone, and what is more beautiful than the bonds we share with others? Indeed, it is these connections that give meaning into our lives. Connections for which I am too grateful, and thus compelled to advise that we return to the Agora. The counter remains unmanned, and we mustn't neglect our clients. Quite right, quite right. Back to work with a lot of us. We've got new products to plan. That was nice. No doubt we will be even busier in the days ahead, but if our village prospers, then it will be all worth it. Then it will all be worth it. Yo, on behalf of the entire boutique, allow me to thank you for all you have done. I'm ashamed to admit that in our excitement to prepare Mistress Tataru's surprise, Varshnath and I failed to prepare something for you. And that sounds like the cue of Mistress Tataru. Mwahaha. Very soon, Yo here will no doubt embark upon another journey to corners of the world unknown, as she is wont to do. So to wish you well in making new friends and to remind you of those who will always hold you in their hearts, I have prepared bespoke chocobo barding, crafted with love by one tataru. Bespoke chocobo barding. I dare say the boutique will be embarking upon its own adventure in the coming days, and with true adventure invariably comes tribulation. But with your compassion, resourcefulness, and reliability, I have every confidence that we shall succeed in our respective endeavors to ever higher returns, or of both coin and camaraderie. Oh, and don't think just because you're running off to the other side of the world that I don't intend to solicit your future involvement, yo. You won't escape me that easily. Big dreams, found fortunes. Our donors were pleased to hear that Mistress Tachiru's necklace was successfully restored. I am so grateful for their cooperation. Preparing and distributing both our regular line of equipment and wares from Palakistan is no small task. but I find it deeply fulfilling. Okay, that's it for that one. How's my inventory? Oh wait, I can check. No, I can't. I can't check. But I can check through. Yeah. Wayfarer's Party. I don't seem to have gotten it. Is it in my inventory? What happened there? I'm so confused. You know what? I'll figure this out later. Hope I didn't get cheated out of. No? I'm so confused. Wayfarer's Barding. I'm just gonna look it up, honestly, because I want to know what I got. Wait. Oh, it's Chocobo armor. Okay, well, I'll take care of that later then. Oh. I don't want to know what it looks like. I'll find out later. And last but not least, the Wandering Minstrel. Greetings, my friend. If you have to talk about Golbez. Ah, the knight clad in armor black. Pray tell me of your encounter with him beyond the veil, and spare no detail. So the true motive for his crusade was the salvation of his brethren. Thus did he pervert Azteja's yearning to return home into a force capable of breaking down the barrier between worlds. For one that speaks of deliverance, consorting a plot that would condemn the souls of another world to death rings decidedly unheroic. Unheroic. Excuse me. Nonetheless, I feel inspired with a new verse. Pray lend me your ears. home the shackled worm did yearn, stained by shadow her nature turned. In darkness did her captors swear, to claim his kind their stolen share. Only salvation would suffice, another world to pay the price. Hailed hero or branded villain, deeds never to be forgiven. What could have driven him to such ends? To sacrifice the very souls he hoped to save, to give rise to an entity born of such sorrow as Seromus. He is worthy of contempt for his deeds, of that there is no doubt. Yet all was done for the salvation of his people. One cannot help but be drawn to such a tale. Nice. Talk about Zeromus. The dread beast Zeromus, 'twas a battle that shook the very heavens. I'm sure not less would befit an adversary named for a fallen champion of the 13th. If you are willing to share, a captive audience stands before you. Oh, so you countered baleful dark with the resplendent light, and what a fascinating twist to the tale for Zero, denizen of the void, to wield it, to be possessed of the strength of spirit to forge her own future in so brazen a fashion. Though in truth, knowing she is part void-sent, I would have expected the light to refuse her outright. I shudder to think what might have happened if it had to her to add Deja to this very star. From musings of darkest despair springs forth a song of hope, if I may. From dregs of dark did Seromus rise, to claim the flesh of the worm as its guise. Wrath of death its kin to weep, as fiend unleashes sought home and release. From self-same shade did rise a dark night, a void-kissed child now graced by the light. 'Twas she who dared to defy her fate, and by her hand damnation's wheel break. For a mercy, it seems Zero has found a way to save not only her void-sent kin, but her home as well. And while Golbez may have committed terrible deeds, that he yet lives means that he may yet do good. The nigh fathomless darkness of Zeromus contained within the Memoria crystal shall pave a path of newfound hope. An arduous path to be sure, but one they shall walk together, and at journey's end, I pray the 13th will flourish with life once more. That's it for the Wandering Minstrel. And that's it for this video on YouTube. That's the final part of Tataru's quest. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.